Welcome into the latest edition of the LSUS Coaches Show, live from Twisted Root here on Lyon Avenue. Got a special show in store for you guys today. We're getting set for the conclusion of the LSUS women's and men's soccer season, and also we'll preview the campaign for both the men's and women's basketball teams as the men open up tomorrow, 7 o'clock against Southwestern Adventist. And there's another really big game going on tomorrow. It's going to be the first game on a 3-day docket. It opens up 1 o'clock, you guys against Southwest, one of the top teams in the Red River. Talking to head coach Ashley Holland here of the LSUS women's soccer team. And Ashley, let's just call it what it is. It's one of the biggest games of your entire season happening tomorrow at Pilot Field.
Oh, yeah. It's a huge one for us. And if we can pull this off, that puts us in a good spot for the rest of the conference. And it's a good battle. They traveled a long way, and hopefully we can kind of take advantage of that. But it's going to be a good game. Yeah,
and I should say that game's going to be at the Swamp. And a great home field advantage. You guys have been amazing at home this season.
Yeah, it's a nice field. Nice to take advantage of that. But it has been a tough season with travel, so when we get to be at home, we take advantage of it, for sure.
And, you know, on Saturday, kind of the conclusion of careers for a couple of our great girls, Luis Duffy, Adriana Arzola. Let's talk about what Luis Duffy has meant to this team. Obviously, we've seen some of her big goals this year, the huge goal against LSUA. Her leadership, though, I think that's maybe the most remarkable thing about her game.
Yeah, she's able to bring girls around her and bring in this team and really transform a team into something special. And last year when we only had a few players, she was able to rally the troops in every game. I mean, she brought them in, and it's her leadership on the field, off the field. If she wasn't on the field, that leadership drops a little bit. So very proud of her for stepping into that role. And Adriana stepped in this year with us, and she's been outstanding. She's one of our most underrated players, and seems kind of like our left backs usually are underrated players, especially from last year. So we've got 2 seniors we're going to miss, but hopefully people will step up in the future in those roles.
Yeah, the left backs don't always get much of the love and doesn't show up as much in the stat sheet, but she's been really great this season.
She has. She's one of our more consistent players, which you need that all over the field, but a left back is a hard position to find, so we're glad we have her.
Well, and then you guys are going to wrap up the season on Saturday. Huston Tillotson coming in to finish up things for your year. And winning out, finishing up with 2 wins would essentially put you guys in a good spot in the conference. I know there's a lot that kind of needs to happen, but a couple of wins to finish up the season against Southwest and Huston Tillotson would put us in a good spot to take home a share of the conference championship.
It would. It definitely would, and that'd be, the ultimate prize right there for us and continue on to the tournament. So we've got 2 tough games ahead, but if we can pull them off, it's ours, which is exciting.
And then kind of looking forward to the conference tournament, because that'll happen in Texarkana a couple weeks following. What's the mindset? How as a coach do you kind of deal with taking a little bit of a break and then getting back into the flow of going into a conference tournament?
Yeah, just making sure we're staying healthy, we're staying in shape, because it is a long time. If you don't play in that first round, you're out for 2 weeks basically, and it's tough to kind of get back into the swing of things at times, but just staying healthy, making sure we're getting over injuries, staying in shape. It's important just to keep playing too.
Talking to head coach Ashley Holland of the LSUS women's soccer team. Ashley, what's been one of the highlights of the season for you? I know it's a tough question to put you on the spot right there, because there's been some great moments. What's the one that's really stuck out for you?
We've overcome a lot of adversity throughout the season, and I think the way the girls have handled it, that's been a highlight for me. As a coach, we always face tough refs. We always face field conditions, whether players are injured or sick, whether they have to be out or not. I think overcoming adversity this whole season, the girls have stepped up in games, and like our UHV game, that was a big game to win for us. So they really stepped up. They took ownership this year. Yeah,
let's kind of trace back to that. The Houston-Victoria game, we kind of glossed past it a bit there, but that was a massive win on the season.
It was. At that point, they were first in the conference. So, making sure that we went in there, did our job, especially after a long road trip. It's always tough, especially when we've been on the road as much as we have. It's been tough for the girls, but going in, winning that game, that was huge. They showed up, they played like that was our best game we've played this season. So.
Well, it's been a lot of fun for me. The LSUA game sticks out in my mind. I was down there for it. And I'm telling you, Luis Duffy, the free kick that she scored, it felt like, was that one of the bigger moments of the entire season? It really felt like it kind of invigorated the girls in that moment.
Yeah, and it came in the right time. we went into conference struggling a bit in our preseason because we had a tough preseason.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And so just that goal just led to the other two and the hype behind it, especially with it being LSUA. That was a huge goal from Louise to start us off and keep our conference rolling. Great
stuff. Tomorrow against Southwest, 1 p.m., and then again on Saturdays they wrap up the season. All of those games at the Swamp. Ashley Holland, head coach of the LSUS women's soccer team, we appreciate you so much for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Talking to Adriana Arzola, one of our seniors here on the LSUS women's soccer team. Talk more about Senior Day in just a minute, but let's talk about Thursday's upcoming matchup. What's something maybe you girls are expecting from the matchup on Thursday against Southwest?
Well, as of right now, they are the first place team in our conference. We do expect like a really good match. We expect obviously for them to bring it all, so like pretty sure they want to win conference as much as we do, but I don't expect anything less from us either.
There's a lot on the line on Thursday, is there not?
Yes, so much.
Yeah, there really is. It'll be a big epic showdown here at the Swamp on Thursday, and then moving forward to Saturday, one of your final games potentially in an LSUS uniform. I know you're one of the new girls, but it's going to be your senior day. Kind of walk us through the emotions of being a senior and what playing that final game can mean for you.
It means a lot. It could be my last game, and even if it's not, like I know like after Saturday's game, like that's like my last conference game ever. I'm a little sad, like my soccer career is coming to an end, but I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, we should say final home conference game because we will be playing in the conference tournament for sure, and that'll be in Texarkana, but it will be the final home soccer game. What's one of your favorite memories for you that you've ever had playing soccer? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot there, but what's one of your favorite memories you've had out here on the field?
It's just meeting the new girls. Like overall, this probably has been like one of like my best years. Like it is my last, but like I will remember this year like for the rest of my life.
Great stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to Louise Duffy. You've seen her many times here in front of this camera. It's been a fun year, has it not? I know you've had some epic moments in there.
Definitely have.
Let's talk a little bit about Thursday, and then we'll look forward to Senior Day on Saturday. Southwest, I mean, let's be honest about it. It's an absolutely huge game on Thursday.
Best center back in the RRAC.
No doubt about it.
Thank you. Big game. I think looking at the table, they've done really well this season, and they're up above us, I think, at the minute. And big game. I mean, if they win on Thursday, I think they've pretty much won conference, but I mean if we can cause a bit of an upset and win our next two games, then we can win conference too, so it's going to be a massive clash on Thursday.
Yeah, absolutely, right here at 1 o'clock at the Swamp on Thursday afternoon. And then on Saturday, final regular season game for the seniors. I mean, this is kind of what's the emotion moving forward into that game on Saturday?
I mean, I think I'm a little bit sad, to be honest. I mean, I never really intended to play 4 years of soccer here, and I mean, Kate managed to convince me to finish out the last two. So, I mean, it's kind of sad, really, but I'm also happy at the same time because it's been a nice experience, and I've got to make some great friends and experience great soccer memories with a great bunch of girls.
What's been one of your favorite memories, whether or not it was at LSUS or just in soccer in general? What's one of your favorite memories you've ever had playing soccer?
Definitely was at LSUS. It was last year. Going into conference, we were the underdogs. We were ranked, I think, near the bottom of the table, and we came in and we didn't lose a game all season, and we went into the conference final and obviously beat my old school, LSUA. So that was a massive thing for me, and to say that I went to nationals, that's a big achievement for me.
Well, I'll tell you this, my personal favorite Louise Duffy moment was how you rallied the girls before the LSUA game, and then you scored the free kick.
Yeah, that was another memorable moment for me. I'm not going to lie to you, I still think about it all the time. So, yeah, did what I had to do, and obviously it makes it even better when it's against LSUA because they're our rivals. But that's definitely my favourite memory from this year.
It was a huge moment for me. It was an epic sports moment because just as a sports fan, I was sitting right there, and you had tears in your eyes. You were in serious pain, and you stepped up and scored in that moment. I was highly impressed with your fortitude in that moment.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Louise Duffy, one of the stars of this LSUS soccer team, and of course, one of our favorite seniors. Thanks, Louise.
Thank you.
Joining us now on the LSUS Coaches Show, men's head coach Philip Bond. Phil, a couple games left in the season. What's your mindset going in these last two right here?
I mean, we got to win now.
Yeah.
So put ourselves in a little bit of a tricky spot with this past week, but 2 games at home, so we just have to take care of business.
Let's kind of look back to last week. so many great games this year, really rolling in with a lot of momentum, and let's just call it what it is. Last week was a disappointing week.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we played two pretty good teams, played at Victoria, just did not offensively just did not play well at all. They're a good team. It was a good game. I mean, took pretty soft 2 yellows by our captain and played a man down for 40-plus minutes. So I thought we did an incredible job to get back into the game, give ourselves a chance, and just couldn't quite get over the top,
Yeah, it's kind of the way it felt. Now, going to need a little bit of help, I guess, down the stretch here in the conference, kind of lay out the scenario, if you will, for what remains in the Red River as we approach these final 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You never want to be in a spot where you got to worry about everybody else, but
sure.
Our Lady plays at Victoria on Thursday afternoon, which is senior day for Houston Victoria, the last game for both teams. And there's a lot of scenarios, but simply put, if Victoria wins, they'd finish first in the conference. If Victoria draws or loses, then the conference is still up for grabs. So for us, I mean, there's a million other scenarios, but if we win both of our games, I don't believe we'll finish any lower than number 2, which is fine. I mean, ultimately, our goal was 2 trophies, but the second one, the conference tournament, is obviously quite a bit more important considering it gets you automatic berth to nationals. So, disappointing week, but as I told the boys, I mean, every team pretty much loses at some point, and it wasn't the best, but we still got a lot in front of us. A lot of good things can happen. A little bit of luck, maybe we still grab part of the regular season trophy, but more than anything, we just have to kind of refocus, continue to get better, and play these last 2 games, play inspired, play well, get these wins, and then look forward to the postseason.
Yeah, definitely time to refocus, and let's talk about one of the most important game, because it's the next game, right? Southwest, 3:30 tomorrow, down at the Swamp. What does Southwest present as a problem potentially for us as we match up with them?
Well, they're a good team. I mean, as far as their ability to possess the ball and build forward, they're a team that is, I think, has the potential to retain the ball, to give us some problems when they have it. I think we're going to have to defend. Well, I feel like I say this every time: defend sound, defend organized, and then when we have the ball, we have to have a purpose. And we've gone in these little funks throughout the season where we lack a little bit of purpose attacking. This past weekend was a bit of an issue, but in training these last 2 days, we seem focused. We seem to have our purpose back, so I'm excited to kind of get back out there and maybe a little bit prove to the guys that one bad result, in your opinion, because they feel like it was a bad result losing. Sure. Obviously, nobody wants to lose. It doesn't define you. It's always what you do next, and I think we're training well. We go out there and play well tomorrow, and all of a sudden, and get a win, and all of a sudden everybody's excited again. So,
and then on Saturday, senior day, and you have 5 seniors on your team here. I mean, what do these guys mean to the program? There's a couple, Hector and Andres, that have been around for, basically the entire life of this LSUS soccer program. What have those 2 guys meant to this team? And then we can talk about some of the other guys after that.
Well, senior day is always exciting because you have a chance to celebrate those boys that finishing out their careers. For us, it's even more special, I guess, because haven't been 3 years in the program, and they've been here every year, so they've helped create what we are. They've helped lay the groundwork and the foundation, and they've been a big part of our success on the field and off. So it's going to be an emotional day, I think, for everybody. Probably more so for those 2 than anybody, and maybe me, since we've been together this entire time. But you just hope that we stay focused. We hope that we can celebrate the day by playing well and honor them by playing well and obviously getting a win.
Absolutely. And what's it going to take for us to get a win against HT on Saturday? What's something that we can take advantage of in that game potentially?
They've been a team that's scored some goals, but they've also been a team that's given up some goals. So I think right now we're at 16 games. We've given up 16 goals. My expectation is always under a goal against average, so we're right at a goal against, but that's still pretty good. And so for us, we just defend sound, make it hard for them to score, and understand that they have been a team that's given up some goals. So the door is going to be open for us, and on a senior day, everybody plays just a little bit better. And I think for us, that could be the biggest game of the season to date. It could be. So you hope that everybody kind of rises to the occasion, and we're flying around on that field and make it really hard on them.
And then kind of one of the same questions that I asked Ashley just moments ago. How do you refocus after a little bit of a layoff going into the conference tournament?
That's the $1 million question.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess over time I've learned that it's not a definitive answer. It depends on the team you have.
Sure.
So you have to kind of figure out where your team is at and what their needs are, and you got to rely a little bit on your leadership of the team to kind of help guide you with that. And we'll take a couple days off, just get them away from soccer, come back together. You try to have a little bit of fun, get the energy back, and then it's all business preparing for the next game. So. That'll be our approach. It's been the same approach at the end of each month. We've given them a couple days off, and it seemed to work so far.
Phil Levon, head coach of the LSUS men's soccer team. Phil, we appreciate you and Ashley for giving us your time throughout the course of the season. We'll get y'all back in here one more time to kind of wrap up the season a couple weeks from now. And Thursday, 3:30, Saturday, 3:30. They're the two biggest games of the season because they're the next two games, and that's what matters right now. Head coach of the LSUS men's soccer team, Phil Levon. Thanks, Phil.
Hey, thanks for having me.
We got all the got a few of the seniors lined up here, right? Some of the top guys around here. We'll kind of start over here with James Davies. Senior day coming up on Saturday against Huston Tillotson, I should say. Big moment as far as the rest of the season is concerned, but also a big day because it's one of your final games of your career as far as regular season conference games. What's the emotion moving into that?
Obviously, we want to win to start off with. We just want to enjoy the game as well because conference is out of our hands now, but we can just enjoy these last two games and try and play how we want to play.
That's James Davies there. Andres Karaskia. Andres, you've been around for a while. You're one of the true LSUS guys. You know, what's it mean to wear an LSUS uniform, and what is that emotion going into the final couple games here?
It means a lot. It's been 3 years, and I feel really proud of this team. I hope we do really good in these two last games.
And kind of talk about your brothers here. I mean, is there that real brotherhood around the squad?
Yeah, we got the funniest guy in the team right here, Chris. And then we go Hector. It's been 3 years with him too, And then we go Ross here 2 years, and James 2 years too. Amazing guys.
Love it, man. Andres Karaskia right there. Ross Staunton. Ross kind of missed some time early in the year. Now getting back in the flow of things. Grabbed a goal the other day. How'd that feel?
It felt great. That's my first goal here at LSUS, so it was nice. But at the end of the day, the result matters most. So, but what can you do? But looking forward to Saturday now, and last conference game for me now ever. But like, just excited for it. I can't wait now already. I'm just it's been a pleasure playing with these boys the last 2 years.
Always having fun, this group of guys right here. And let's not look too far ahead because we've got a game on Thursday as well. What's the thoughts going into the game Thursday?
We're all ready. We came off a couple of bad results, but we're gonna bounce back from that. We're gonna bounce back, and you'll see that on Thursday.
Ross Staunton right there. We'll grab Chris Eduardo for just a second, the man that's not afraid of the camera whatsoever. Chris, it's only your single year here at LSUS, but what's it been like to be a pilot this year?
It's been great. I've liked the experience, the players, through all the ups and downs that we've had throughout this whole season. I think it's been great, and yeah, I've enjoyed my time here.
Well, we've certainly been glad to have you, and we can't miss Hector Hernandez over here. Soft-spoken, but the dude shows up big time on the field. Hector, again, you've been a 3-year guy here at LSUS. What's it meant for you to be a pilot?
Well, I mean, we started the program, I guess you could say, so it means a lot. I know the past 2 years we've started low and then continued to increase how we play and got better, and I guess now we're ranked pretty high in the nation, but we still got some work to do, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and kind of walk us through that whole process. At first there were some questions around the program when it first started. Now a nationally ranked team. I mean, those are some really big steps that this program has taken, and you've been a big part of that.
Yeah, well, I think it really starts with the coach. We really got to believe in the system. There is times where, there is conflicts between players and coaches, and I think that's what really happened the first year. So it really didn't get to focus on the playing. But then I guess we started getting like a culture, outline out to what we really want. And I guess guys started, feeding into that. We started eating healthy. We started actually working out. In the spring we put a bunch of hours. Literally, we're stressed out. It feels like it's season, but it's just a development. So I guess with the coach here, it's a good development place.
That's great stuff from Hector Hernandez right there, guys. Big thank you to all of y'all. Appreciate you. I feel like we're missing a couple of them in here. Torres jumping in. Appreciate everybody. It's been a lot of fun for me to watch, y'all. So thank you very much for giving us an exciting season.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Time for a new face to join the show because he's a new face to the program. It's Matt Strickland, the new LSUS women's basketball coach. I do apologize. Stuck in soccer mindset right there. Obviously, you were a part of the men's team last year, now transitioning over to the women's side. What's been something different for you as far as transitioning over to the women's side?
It's been a little different. My first job coaching, I was coaching women's junior college, so it's been a couple years since I've coached on the women's side. It's just different game, different, lengths of athleticism and quickness, but I think, I've been enjoying it so far. It's a different dynamic with young ladies, but so far it's been fun.
Well, I've had fun watching you guys practice, and who are a couple new girls that are coming onto this team? You're a new coach to the team. Who's some new girls we need to pay attention to as we move forward in the 2019-2020 campaign?
Yep, we've got several new players. Kind of had to reload a little bit. Our point guard, Taylor Jacob, she's a really good point guard, come from a top 5 JUCO program out of Angelina, will be really good for us. I'm expecting her to come in and play a big role in terms of running the team. And another one will be Deaja Thompson.
Sure.
Played at Connor State College and was able to put up some big numbers, and we're expecting her to do the same thing here. Nakiria Jones out of Ranger College is going to be our force inside, can step outside and knock down some perimeter shots. Bethany Broussard out of LSUE is really athletic, can do a lot of different things. We have a lot of versatility on our team that I'm looking to take advantage of and see how it goes here.
And then obviously you have the girls that have been around, a couple, all-conference players on the team. Who highlight a few of the returning players for us.
Yep, Futra and Sabrina Banks were honorable mention All-Americans last season.
Sure.
We're first-team All-Conference. Leah was All-Conference selection as well. So I'm expecting really big things out of them. They've kind of been here for a couple years, and they kind of know how this league works and what it takes to get to the national tournament. So there's going to be a lot on their shoulders to carry this team and lead. Especially being seniors, you want to go out on a high note. So I'm expecting a lot of things out of our returners.
And, Matt, what's one of our strengths this year with our team? I know we've got some decent size at our guard positions. What's one of our big strengths you think going into this season?
Our forwards are probably the strength of our team. Okay. We've got a couple players that are around 6 feet that can play inside and out. They're really athletic. Our guards are really quick. So we're going to try and play, fast-paced, slow them down when we need to. We're going to get out and run and press and try and turn teams over and create easy buckets in transition.
Now just 4 days away from the opening game of the season. It's Monday, 5 o'clock against Suno. Let's kind of look forward to that game. Yeah. Number one, are you excited to get the season going? And then what does Suno present as a opening round or opening game test?
Yep, we'll definitely be tested. Suno's going to be pretty good. They return a few players, and it'll be our first game playing against anybody else. We've been kind of just playing each other in practice every day, getting after it. So it'll be nice to play somebody else and see what we've been working on translate into a game. We'll be tested. It'll be our first game. It'll be their second game. So I'm excited to get started. There'll be some butterflies, some jitters going on. Being a first-time head coach, a brand new staff. And we've been working hard. The young ladies have been working hard, and embracing the process every day is what I've been trying to get them to understand in order to attain our goals. So I'm excited. Get the season started and see how we do.
Well, I'm excited as well. Matt Strickland, head coach of the LSUS women's basketball team. They open up their 2019-2020 campaign on Monday at 5 o'clock against Suno at the Dock. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Time to welcome in the veteran coach around here, the man that's been around the longest. It's Kyle Blankenship. If you've been around LSUS athletics, you certainly know his face. Coach, it's a new season. A lot of new faces just around the school in general, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah. When you lose the senior class that we had last year and had some other turnover, the name of the game is recruiting. You got to go get a bunch of new guys, and fortunately we have a couple of returners that have experience in our program, but it's going to be a challenge early to find playing time for everybody, but we're going to do the best we can.
Found out earlier today, number 11 in the nation according to the NAIA preseason poll. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, that's just a testament to the teams of the past. In the preseason, nobody knows what we're going to have for this year. But we've had a lot of talented teams in previous years and made some runs at the national tournament. And I just think that's all based on our history and, very proud of what we've been able to do in this program even before I got here. And we're looking forward to build on that this year as well.
Let's kind of highlight a couple of the returning players that you have. Who are two guys that maybe you're going to step up and carry that LSUS mentality from last year over?
Well, Kelvin Henry ended up being a starter for us down the stretch when we went on that big run. So he's got a lot of experience. He knows what to expect. I think that's going to pay dividends for us early in the season in our non-conference schedule.
Sure.
Nate Levon was a freshman for us last year that ended up being our sixth man late in the season. And so, he's shown some growth through the offseason. I think he's going to be able to step in and fill a role for us this year. And then that's the only two we've got.
That's
and
right.
So we're going to rely on a lot of newcomers as we go on.
Yeah, and let's kind of highlight some of those newcomers. I mean, it's going to be all new faces for the fans out there for LSUS for the most part. Who's a couple guys they might need to pay attention to?
Well, one is Shreveport native Davies Evans.
Right.
Played at North Caddo, was down at UL Lafayette and graduate. He's a grad transfer. Very fortunate to pick him up. I know he's excited to be back home. And so we're looking forward to the Shreveport community really coming out and supporting one of their own. And Traquan Knight, Division I transfer out of Detroit Mercy. He was a junior college All-American, played in the national tournament junior college. Gilbert Thomas is a very active athletic post player that had great numbers in a very quality Division II program last year. And there's a number of other guys that I think you're going to be excited to watch. We're more athletic than we have been in the past. We've got some quality depth, and really looking forward to seeing them out on the floor tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm incredibly excited. First game of the season tomorrow against Southwestern Adventist. If you bring a can good, you get in free, and we would love to see you out there and, of course, helping to support the Food Bank of Northwest Louisiana. It's great what you guys are doing there, being a part of the food drive, and I want to give you some credit because you were a part of a lot of things in the community. You really do a good job stepping up. That's something that means a lot to you to kind of give back to the community, doesn't it?
Well, I think it's important. The NAIA always talks about being a champion of character, and we want to follow that model as best we can.
Sure.
But just personally, it means a lot. I'm from Shreveport, grew up here, and we want to do what we can to give back to this community. And we tell anybody that we come in contact, if there's anything we can do to help you, your business, any fundraiser, anything that you're doing, our team wants to help. You just got to get in contact with us, let us know, and we'll try to get a couple guys out there. And personally, I like to be involved and hands-on myself.
Well, hopefully people bring those canned goods out there and they get the free entry, and we get a lot of fans out there to the dock for the first game of the season. And let's talk about that first game. Southwestern Adventist, what's something you expect from them, and then maybe what's something we could take advantage of in this first game and first test for the new team?
Well, it's the first contest for both of us, so we don't have any film on them,
Okay.
Don't know much about what they're going to bring to the table. They're a lower-level team, and so, it's something that I think we should have better players across the board, especially more depth.
Sure.
And so we'll try to impose our will early and just get after them defensively, try to push the tempo, push the pace, and just see if we can just play hard. That's what's the most important thing early in the season, that guys just get out there and compete, play as hard as they can. You're going to make mistakes. We're still learning throughout practice, trying to figure out our plays and everything. And I've got an old saying from my old coach, when in doubt, play basketball. And that's what I hope our guys do tomorrow night. I hope they just get out there and play and have fun. That's the most important thing. And we're looking forward to being back out on the floor again at the dock.
I like that. When in doubt, just play basketball. What's something you think is going to be a strength for us this season?
Just our athleticism.
Okay.
I think we're going to be able to try to pick people up in the full court. Defensively, I anticipate that we're going to be better than we have been in years past. We've really got some length on the perimeter. And we've got a lot of lineups that we can mix and match. We can go big at times. We can go small at times. We can go really fast. And then at times, if we need to slow it down and pound it inside, we can do that. And so I'm just excited about all the pieces that we have so far early in the season. We hope we can put it together to make this thing work for us.
Well, I'm certainly excited about it. First game tomorrow, 7 o'clock at the dock. And then, again, on Monday, you guys will be playing Suno. That game scheduled for 7 o'clock as well. It's here, man. It's basketball time.
Oh, man, we're fired up. We're excited. We're looking forward to seeing our fans out at the dock. 3 games in 7 days. Big one against Centenary.
That's right, yes.
Next Wednesday, crosstown rival. And that's going to be fun for everybody. So we hope you guys get to come out, bring your canned goods, and come support the Pilots and our community.
Yeah, and let's talk about that Centenary game real quick because we won't have a chance to talk about it, at least on the show before then. Trunk or treats going on beforehand. We have a big Halloween costume contest that we're planning on doing. Kind of walk us through the Halloween contest because this is the mastermind behind it all right here.
Right. I think the costume contest and all that Halloween stuff is happening on Monday before the Suno game.
Okay.
And then Centenary is just going to be an opportunity, just a big community event where we're all coming in and we want the Shreveport Bossier to come support both our programs. Hats off to Centenary to taking time out of their schedule to come over here and play us. It's something that we want to try to do every year. We'll return the game next year, and really looking forward to a big opportunity for the Shreveport-Bossier community.
Head coach Kyle Blankenship of the men's basketball team. We appreciate you, Kyle.
Thanks, man.
Coming to join us now, LSUS Athletic Director Lucas Morgan. Always got a smile on, always happy because we work in athletics, right? And that's, I mean, life's pretty good when you get a chance to work in athletics every day.
Oh, best job in the world.
I know you're excited. We got the conclusion of soccer season coming up, getting a chance to step into our conference tournaments coming up in just a couple weeks. As a former basketball player, I know you get really hyped around the basketball season. It feels like this is one of the best times of the entire year right now for athletics.
Oh, it is. It is. I'm very excited about what our programs are doing right now, and, you know, thinking about what our soccer programs have been able to do. And, you know, sports can be very humbling at times.
Sure.
You can go high to low pretty quickly, but women's soccer, they win 2 games this week, conference champions.
Yep.
Men's soccer, 2 wins this week and maybe a little help, and they're conference champions. So, you know, I'm really excited about where we're at. And then, you know, with our basketball coaches on the show today, there's some good things that are happening right now, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And it seems like every time I turn around, there's something new happening on the LSUS campus, and it's just kind of a buzzing place right now.
It is. There's a lot that's happening, and, you know, we're doing some great things. And I know you and Kyle just talked about it, but it's important, you know, that we mention again that we've got all those things that are taking place this next week, and we've got that trunk or treat event on Monday the 28th. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yep.
And last year I think there was 1,000 kids on our campus, and we're hoping that we can encourage those people to come over, check out our women's first game that's happening, and then should be a good costume contest. It'll be the 3rd year that we've done the costume contest for the little kids of Shreveport, and that's always been a great event. So we want to make sure that we keep that going, and you'll have to come check out my costume. As you can see, I've got the mustache going right now.
He's ready.
It's not a look that I do every day, but, you know, it's something that should make me probably win our LSUS costume contest. It's on Halloween. I'm not going to reveal what my costume is, but my Halloween suit, I've worn it 3 years in a row now,
okay.
So I'll have that again for the basketball game. You haven't had a chance to see me in my Halloween suit.
No, I'm excited. I don't know quite what I'm going to be, but I have a plan as well, I think.
But no, that should be a lot of fun. It's a great time to be a part of LSUS athletics.
Without question. I'm a big fan of everything that we're doing right now. I'm very appreciative for being a part of this. Thank you for allowing me. Thank you to all of our coaches for joining us here today at Twisted Root. Just really excited that we're going to, you know, kind of watch our soccer teams wrap up their season and then get into basketball. Very, very pleased with where things are going right now with LSUS athletics. We thank you to everyone that took some time to watch the coaches show here today. Big thank you to Lucas Morgan as well. Thanks, Lucas.
You got it, man. Go Pilots.
Go Pilots. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you all 2 weeks from today for the next LSUS Coaches Show.